sosok utama yang tidak dapat dipisahkan dalam sejarah lahir dan berkembangnya pendidikan yang ada di Pelita Harapan, baik sekolah maupun universitas, Dian Harapan, Lentera Harapan, bahkan Rumah Sakit Siloam. Lahir di Purwodadi, Jawa Tengah, 24 Mei 1952, dengan banyak bakat yang Tuhan anugerahkan. Kecerdasannya terasah dalam iman, menjadi nyata dalam panggilan hidupnya yang diusahakannya untuk fokus pada panggilan Kristiani. Idealisme dan mimpinya diusahakannya dalam dunia pendidikan dan kesehatan.
Di tangan dan mimpi Pak Yohanes Untoro, pendidikan bukan sekedar mencerdaskan kehidupan anak bangsa. Baginya, pendidikan harus mendekatkan anak-anak Tuhan kepada Tuhannya. Sepandai apapun seseorang, tidak akan berguna hidupnya jika tidak menjadi berkat bagi banyak orang dan mendatangkan kemuliaan bagi nama Tuhan. Desain pendidikan baginya harus diletakkan pada takut akan Tuhan. Bersama-sama dengan teman-temannya, beliau mendirikan pendidikan yang dibangun pada firman Tuhan. Amsal 1 ayat 7. Takut akan Tuhan adalah permulaan pengetahuan.
Many people ask about what education is. In education, you have to answer two basic questions. The first one is, who owns the child? Now, it just appears that it's some simple question, but it's got deep meaning. Because in the communist country, the child is owned by the Communist Party. So the whole education system must be focused upon educating the child for what the Communist Party wants. In an Indonesian society where it is Pancasila, it's the community that owns the child. So education is to bring the children to go in line with what the community wants. In an Eastern philosophical society, including Confucius, the father owns the child. So in that kind of society, the father can do whatever he wants with the child, subject to the constraints given by the law. Nobody can ask questions. So in that kind of society, the school must educate the child according to what the parents want, the father wants. And in today's age, most of the father wants the child to be able to have a good living. Therefore, in that kind of a society, education is more vocational, getting them good jobs, that they're able to make a lot of money and live happily. But in a religious context, whether it's Islam, or whether it is Jewish, or whether it's Christian, the answer to who owns the child is that God owns the child. So all of a sudden, the father or the teacher becomes the representative of God. And his authority is a derivative authority. His authority derived from God. He can only use that authority in accordance to what God wants him to do. So the child has got to be educated and brought up to be able to know God and to be taught in the godly teachings. So that's why education is so important to answer that first question, who owns a child? It gives you a sense of direction. The second question is, what is the condition of the child? You buy a car, and when you drive it, you let the steering wheel go, and the car goes straight. But not all cars go straight when you let the steering wheel go. Some cars would actually swerve to the left or the right. Now, don't you drive that car differently? So if the car tends to swerve to the left, you're going to hold on to the steering wheel really tight. The same thing. In a lot of today's society, particularly the Eastern society, the condition of the child is that the child is fundamentally, by nature, very good. It's got a good conscience. It can think well. It can culture well. So the target for education is to fill the brain, form the character. Now, but in a religious context, the answer to that question is, the child is fundamentally sinful. It has sinful tendencies. It has inclinations to commit sin. That's why we see in a child, you don't have to teach a child to lie. they will lie, they will steal. So in that kind of a context, the whole concept of the moral dimensions becomes very important. And so educating the child in that sense would be very different. So in education, it is not just about having the passion for education, having the energy and having all the technology and all the skills to do it, but also the philosophical content to be able to guide it so that it is going to the right direction.
Aku pecinta alam yang selalu gembira, la 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 la, segembira. Aku pecinta alam, tak pernah putus asa, la 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 la, tak putus asa. Lembahku turuni, sungaiku seberangi, hidupku penuh dengan gairah. Gunung aku daki, alamku nikmati, hidupku tak pernah hampa. Aku pecinta alam yang selalu gembira, la 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 la, segembira. Aku pecinta alam yang pernah putus asa, la 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 la, putus asa. Lembahku turuni, sungaiku seberangi, hidupku penuh dengan gairah. Gunung aku daki, alamku nikmati, hidupku tak pernah hampa. Sungaiku seberangi, hidupku penuh dengan gairah. Gunung aku daki, alamku nikmati, hidupku tak pernah hampa. Lembahku turuni, sungaiku seberangi, gunung aku daki, alamku nikmati. Lembahku turuni, sungaiku seberangi, gunung aku daki, alamku nikmati. Aku pecinta alam, aku pecinta alam, aku pecinta
Kita teruskan cita-cita mulia akan pendidikan bangsa Indonesia dengan bergabung untuk berkarya di berbagai sekolah dan universitas dalam naungan Yayasan Pendidikan Pelita Harapan. Komunitas ini menyatakan keutamaan Kristus dan memperlengkapi orang untuk berinteraksi dengan masyarakat di sekitar sebagai orang yang telah ditebus.
Andalah generasi penerus bangsa. Hanya dengan kontribusi Anda, kualitas pendidikan Kristen di Indonesia dapat ditingkatkan dan anak-anak bangsa mendapatkan pendidikan berkualitas tinggi yang menuju kepada pengetahuan yang sejati, iman dalam Kristus, dan karakter ilahi.